The whole world I wait for this. I make the beat drop off. At the top it's just us. At the top it's just us. Yeah, we not top form.
Man, greetings, people. Greetings. Glorious, glorious be to the Most High. Yeah? Coming to you live from Maryland, the great state of Maryland, Baltimore side. Baltimore Ravens, Ray Lewistown, yeah? Cal Ripken, yeah? The Baltimore Harbor in that. And this morning, I ate a piece of humble pie. Tasted so good. Because the boy shocked me yesterday. I love to be able to start shows and say shit like, didn't see that coming. Where did that come from? Where has that been? Mad performance from the boys yesterday. It felt good. Now, I didn't get to watch the game because before I signed off yesterday, I told you faithful lot that I had to drive down to Baltimore, and it took a little longer with some 9 to 5 traffic. So I was tuned in, to all the watch-alongs. Had to watch like the extended highlights. Couldn't even catch match of the day because when I got here, there were things to do. So I didn't even get to catch the game. But based on the commentary, based on the stats, based on the scoreline, 4 second-half goals, top performances from goalkeeper, the fullback, the forward, I can appreciate. I love being wrong. Now, I'm still hurt. I'm still bothered by the Declan Rice injury. But the result helped lessen the blow just a bit. But big up to Guna SC. Hope you're good, my G. Big you up all the time. Big up to Monster. Your turn. Your move tomorrow. Don't know what the fuss was about pregame. Yeah. I know what the fuss was about, and I still feel fussy somewhat because I still believe Declan Rice has been our most important player this season. And if he's going to be out for an extended period of time, we could be in trouble. Now, you see what Gabriel brought back to the team yesterday, right? Just his presence, his aura in the box forces a World Cup winning goalkeeper to shit the bed, right? So him and Declan on the pitch together is good for us. It's nothing but. One goes in, one come out, it's going to breed inconsistency, yeah? So that one's kind of weird. Love, AJ. Big up to you, man. Did someone order an Arsenal fan? I ordered the Mod God, and that's what you are, my friend. Big you up. Love. Hope you are good. Truly a game of two halves. Wait, tell them, because I didn't see it. Big up to, hey, now I picked you, man, to beat them, man, 5-0, 5-1, something like that. The only result I got correct yesterday was the Chelsea Bournemouth 2-2. Yeah, I predicted that, but I predicted you, man, to fist up Wolves 5-1. What happened? Now you are responsible. You are responsible now for giving Wolves a third of their points. 1, 2, 3. Look at that, man. But here he is, showing up as always. Does not hide. But big you up, my G. Simple question. Where was that Odegaard been for 18 months? And this is the thing. Inconsistency. But they're coming. His lawyers will come for you and tell you where the apology is now. Brother, we cannot let 2 performances overshadow 18 months of shit. How dare you be held to high standards when you're the captain of Arsenal Football Club? You must. This is the benchmark, my friend. Have you heard of Patrick? The benchmark, that's the level if you're going to be captain of Arsenal Football Club. Now, big up for the goal against Brighton. Big up for pressing, stealing the ball up high, creating an assist for Zubimendi. Brilliant play. And you get your flowers. You get your flowers from the community when you play well, because it would invalidate the criticism when we get at you when you don't play well. Hope you didn't cause an accident from losing focus and the excitement. No, because the first half was, dead. I'm picking up checking score 0-0. I'm like, my God, is Unai gonna do the second half thing that he normally does and out tactic most people? I thought that's what he was gonna do. Second half, and this is what happens, right? Arsenal Football Club have a habit. We have a habit of scoring a bunch of goals in clusters. If you remember the Atletico Madrid game, right? We scored, and then in a 15-minute period, it's boom, bang, bosh. So we scored in the 48th minute, and then in the 50-something minute, and then the 60th minute, Trossard doing Trossard things. Gabriel Jesus comes on and get a goal. Clinical finish. His tech is back. That his fitness and his consistency is what we have. His finishing, his tech, his finishing is what we've had questions about. His technique, and his fitness, different issues. Big up to Scans. We all shocked with the scoreline, yeah. So there are men in the spaces. Apologize. Go. You didn't predict for anything. I predicted a 2-2 going into the game. Then the news broke. Declan Rice is out. Yes, I fully admit it. I changed my score. I thought we were going to lose after there was no Declan. But again, I was hoping to be wrong, and I'm glad that I was. And I'm saying I ate a massive piece of humble pie this morning, and I appreciate it. Football News FC. Omar is coming. Be more. Omar. Rest in peace to Omar, by the way, man. Yeah. Home of The Wire. Home of Cal Ripken, Ray Lewis. What else is Baltimore known for besides the fuckery? I don't think the defense would have started if Rice wasn't injured. Fair play. The only negative question is whether Gabriel and Timber were injured last night. So that's a great segue, AJ. Great point. That's also something that I wanted to touch on, right? Because can we say with all honesty and truth that we believe that Benjamin White, Timber, and Gabriel are all fit? And if you're not looking at the screen right now, I got fit in quotation marks. I don't think they're fit. They play, but I don't think they're fit. So when the lineup came out, someone texted me what I was. Timber was fit. I'm like, bro, starting in an Arteta system does not mean you're fit. He has a history of rushing players back. This is what he does. Doesn't mean that he's fit just because he started. I don't think Benjamin White, Benny Blanco was nowhere near match fitness, but he played. And this is the reason why he looks a shell of himself. I don't think Timber is all the way there either. And Gabriel, we all know, was being rushed back, came back the last game and was thrown on to see out the game because Brighton was growing into the game. And yes, they couldn't complete the game because we know that he's match fit. Those three players are not match fit. Not. Amarim disaster class. You can't outwit his witless managing. Yeah, I don't know what happened in the United game. I was too consumed with ours, but I'm looking at the scoreline and I see Dorgu with the winner at the end to get chalked off by VAR. I'm going to have to revisit that. But yeah, but in the same breath, I'm looking at our game. And if it wasn't for an own goal from Mascara, that would have been the scoreline at the Emirates. I don't know what's going on here. See, everybody fisting up Wolves, to include Eula in the reverse fixture. All of a sudden, they turn up to the Emirates and turn up to Old Trafford and getting results and almost got a result at our gaff. Big up to Social joins in the house. Big you up, my G. I would still trade Odegaard for Elliot Henderson in a heartbeat. Performances are the performances. It's still a reference with the good warning, or you just excited for the 1-1 draw last night? Hey, man, it's a point gained. It is a point gained. Good game from Odegaard. We turned up. Now we look forward to Saturday to Bournemouth. And we're like, okay, put a run of games together. I've been begging and asking for a while. We need a punching up, need a demolition job ever since Tottenham, but we knew we were going to do Tottenham. We always do Tottenham, especially at the Emirates. But this may have been the most convincing Premier League win of the season, right? Because we haven't beaten Chelsea, we haven't beaten Liverpool, we haven't beaten City. So this is the first top four side that we actually punched up, not gutted out or grinded out a result late in the end. The first top four side that we actually said we are better than you, and we're going to put our foot on your necks, albeit for only for 45 minutes. But they got the job done in the end because it could have went it could have went pear shaped. He went to a back 3-5, however you like it. It's obviously the Newcastle first half wasn't good because he played 4-2-3-1. Dorgu, a wing back, complete disaster again. Cunha, appreciate the update, haha, because like I said, I didn't catch any of this. Embarrassing, doesn't pass, loses every ball, doesn't close down when defending, and that put conceding goal on his defending as we gave the Wolves all the momentum from which they scored. Dogu losing his man again. This is the cherry on top. You know what? You haven't missed your words about Dorgu ever since. Even when I thought he was playing well, you still said, nah, he ain't the one. So you watch him more than I do. But when I do see him, I do see signs of something. Right? Not saying he's a world beater or nothing, but said 2-1, then draw after the Rice injury. Yeah. That's a fair take because he is our engine. You know, we couldn't beat them with Rice at Villa Park. Ultimately, we have 9 games in January across multiple fronts. We will know the truth about this season February 1st. Yeah. And this is the thing, right? Yesterday's result, yesterday's performance needs to be the catalyst. Make this mean something. Make this be the oomph or the kickstart you need to go ahead and start putting another run of 8 games together to put us in a position by February 1st of strength. Now, we hope that Man City can fumble tomorrow at Sunderland, but this can't just be another Real Madrid moment. You know, Moments FC. We must make this mean something, make it lead to something. Of course, then he subs off Xerxes at halftime. Right. And Xerxes was the goal scorer because he actually completed passes in the final third and even scored, but we can't have that. So he brings on Jack Fletcher instead. Damn. It sounds like this sounds like a disaster class for real. Yeah, he didn't do himself any favors. Timber, Big Gabby, White are not fit. I don't believe it. I do not believe it. He's trying to add them all up to make one body. Right? We got 3 defenders. I'll patch them all up and throw them out there to make them one. And this is the thing. Well, this is how crazy this is, right? Going into the season, every Arsenal fan was saying right back is one of the only positions in this football team that we had quality depth because of Timber's resurgence or because of Timber's performances over the last year and Benjamin White performance between 22 and 24. And even Musquera has played some right back and has did well there. So people were saying, yo, right back, we are deep. And we went from the best position where we had the most depth, quality depth, to having no one, to having to play Declan Rice there. That's crazy. By the things that he is saying, if the manager, which I believe that he did, because you can't lie about a substitution, and Xerxes did score, it's crazy. Unless he picked up a knock. Is there a report somewhere that Xerxes picked up something? Because that couldn't have been a tactical sub, because he doesn't score much, and he's playing well, completing his passes, and scored, and you hook him. That's definitely, we're not all due back until February. Yeah, and they're all back for this game. You know, and this is what I'm saying. I can worry, even in victory, I can worry that we're doing the short-term gain thing and it's going to cause us some long-term pain. Because if February rolls around and these guys are back on the injury report, it's going to be for longer. right? We see when guys start going down in February, March, that those injuries are usually season ending. I'm more mad at the retards backing him. And then when I tell them we have made no progress under him in a year, they tell me I'm trolling. Standards FC, you know. Let's not forget about Chelsea. I don't expect to see Chelsea Dan. I don't expect to see CFC Reaper. I don't expect to see Nipper. None of them back into these spaces until EFL Cup comes around. Then they'll surface back up and say they're going to beat us, which they can. You know, they have a chance, right? Home and away, anything can happen in a cup. They can get hot. They're a very good cup team. But, you know, from there were 6 points behind us when we played them in November. Could have closed it to 3. When they went ahead 1-0 for a good 20 minutes, they were 3 points behind us. And now they're 15 points adrift. 20 billion, 2 billion spent. Yeah, it's a mess. But yeah, any Chelsea fan that I see in the space getting cooked. Wow, they are worse than the Arteta in. Are they? I think they swim in the same boat, you know. But either way, I don't know what Amorim and Arteta has done to gain the respect or such defense from people. Like they've literally done nothing for your club. Arteta has given us 1 FA Cup in his going into his 7th year, and United gave Tottenham a trophy in a final. Like he will be forever remembered as the guy who lost to Tottenham in a final. Or United was at home. Wolves would do a result, to be fair, just the law of averages, you know. And big up to Big Preach, because Big Preach was in the spaces saying that could it be today that Wolves get their first win, and everyone laughed at him, to include myself. But then the more I saw when they equalized, and the more I saw that game go on, I'm like, wait a minute, no. They've equalized, and now United are going to go on to steamroll them, and it's going to be 4-1, 5-1. But they held on, so credit to them. And this could be a case of Man United actually, you know, missing Cunha, Ahmad, and Mazouari and all these men more than they should, especially against Wolves. Was Xerxes actually injured? Yeah. Or was one of the Amorim special subs? If he's not injured, that was brother. This is crazy. Big up to is that Diamond? They will beat Sunderland easy. Talking about City. Apologies if I messed your name up. Yeah, I expect City to beat Sunderland. So you know when Sunderland beat Liverpool, I said beat Liverpool. They got the result at Anfield. And they were so up for that game at Anfield. And then they had Man City next, and they went to the Etihad. You know, I predicted them to get battered 3-0, and they got battered. I think it was 3-0. They had nothing left for that game, albeit it was an away game. They had nothing left, right? I think they will be up for the Man City game, but just based on the quality, in the difference in quality of the squads, I do think Man City will do them. Big up to Mr. Pads. Feeling like Nas live at the barbecue. Hey. I would trade Ben White for Max Aaron in a heartbeat. Is that the Max Aaron from Norwich? Is that the same one we're talking about? Max Aaron and Cantwell and them, man. No, Amorim was asked about it in the press conference. He answered something like, we tried with 2 strikers, but conceded from a set piece, as if that makes any sense. So he deflected. He just deflected from the... Amorim still in the job is meant to long may it continue, though. But you know what's crazy about it, though? There are people who there are Arsenal fans who have smoke for Amorim and want Amorim sacked, yeah, but have no smoke for Arteta. Those are the ones that really annoy me, you know. Those are the Arsenal fans that really annoy me. They have smoke for Amorim. They had smoke for Ten Hag. They have smoke for Enzo Maresca. They have smoke for Eddie Howe. They have smoke for every manager to be sacked. But when you change the conversation to Arteta, watch how their energy changes, right? I challenge you all to pay attention to that in the spaces, yeah, and see it. Don't take my word for it. Just look around the spaces, and when it comes to managers and how people are talking about managers in the Arsenal camp, and watch how the energy changes. when it comes to Arsenal. Big up to Tony Claude. Tony, that's a mad logo, you know. I don't know when you changed that, but that logo is mad. Big ups, BBK. Believe, my bro. Smash the likes. Tony's favorite word, believe. I believe. I believe the squad is good enough to win, Tony. And you know why I don't believe that we will. Because the Arteta tax is so steep. You know, like in these United States, if you make over a certain amount, your tax, you fall into the 50% tax bracket. The government takes half your money. Yeah. I think the Arteta tax is that steep that it may cause us to bankrupt, you know, from a winning standpoint. Big up to Uncle Views for the raid. Love my bro, my brother. But yeah, man, talking about a set piece after he took off his striker. And another thing I do appreciate about the second half blitz of Villa, we scored one goal, albeit set piece, jinky janky gift from Emi Martinez. Don't sit back, press, kill the game off. And that's exactly what happened because Odegaard did press and win the ball in a key position. That's normally what Declan does. Yeah, go kill off the game. Go score a second goal and a third. Don't sit back. Don't sit back like you did against Wolves and against Sunderland and let these men come on to us. It won't work out well. So I don't know if it was instructions from him or tactic, but whatever caused them to do that, they did it. And I'm here for it. Where am I at? Anyone riding Aston Villa out the title race is wrong. I need to see the next game first. Okay, that's a fair point, you know. Let me see what Villa talking about. Because I know Villa has some I mean Shosel Joint said it earlier, just on the law of averages, they were due for a loss, innit? They weren't gonna just start to steamroll everybody. So they got Forest, Palace, Tottenham in the Cup, Everton, Fenerbahce in the league, Newcastle. Yeah, not the easiest fixtures in the world, but you know, not the most difficult either. Big up to 29 of you legends locked in. Appreciate you tuning in for the therapy session today. And Fletcher can't do anything. He's far from ready for senior football. Yeah, I haven't seen enough of him yet. I hear there's some PR around it. Chelsea was like 5 points or 7 points ahead of us, now 3 points behind world chumps. And the thing with Chelsea, the thing about Chelsea, the crazy thing about it is they still have not played Man City at all. Every other top 6 team have played City. I think they have City next. Right? They haven't played City yet. They have to come to the Emirates. They have to go to Anfield, and they have to go to Villa Park. You know, so that it could be a case where they don't get very many points out of those fixtures. So again, a top 4, and man, and this is the thing where United could be kicking themselves in the foot, like they could be ahead of Chelsea right now. You know, Chelsea were at home to Bournemouth, who, you know, Bournemouth aren't any world beaters, but they're not shit. Wolves are shit, and you had them at home, so that's a massive 2 points dropped. Slot will get sacked before both Ruben and Arteta. Oh, you know what? And that will show the levels in it. And it shouldn't be that way. You know, how does a manager who's won a Premier League in his first year get sacked before the two that are nowhere near it? Or Ruben, who hasn't been anywhere near it, and Arteta, who's proven that he couldn't get it done in 3 years. It's mad. Cunha not missing. He's just trash. Cunha. Nah, wahaha. Cunha has something about him. Cunha can play left wing, left 10, striker. I think Cunha is a good baller, man. I'm not going to lie. Honestly, I think Cunha is pretty good. Now, he might be trash when he's the focal point of the attack because Mbeumo's not there playing right attacking mid. And no Bruno, to hoof the ball to him or them something there. But that's mad. That's mad. Big up to AJ, man. Big up to Kwaja. and welcome in the Raiders from my brother. And Newcastle first half was the best we played, and that was without Ahmad and Brian. Those two are way overrated. And then you go, is a tough. You grade hard, my bro. You know, big up to Darren Martin. Manners and respect, my G. Sure, you can appreciate them. That even if the performance in the first half was shit, from what I hear, um, can appreciate the second half. Resurgence, tactical adjustments, Arteta masterclass, blah blah blah. But the scoreline, you know, I could put on my toxic hat and be like, "Hey, we conceded, sack him." Oh, we conceded. We switched off mentally. This is his fault. We should sack him. Good afternoon, BBK Sports and all watching. Happy New Year's Eve and best wishes for 2026. Yes, all people. And let me pause there for a second while we have 26 locked in. Listen, it's been a fantastic year of 2025. Right at the turn of the year 2025, the channel was the channel. It was nowhere near the levels that it's at now. And it's come a long way, and it's all because of you. Means absolutely nothing because you, man, keep me going on a daily basis. So big up to all of you for 2026. And it's more blessings, more content, more conversations to be had, more jubilation, more heartbreak. It's all mixed in there, because even if we do win something this year, we're not winning everything. So there will be heartbreak somewhere. Might be heartbreak in the Carabao, but some jubilation in the FA Cup. Might be some jubilation in the Premier League, some heartbreak in the Champions League. This is just how football runs. But I really want to big you man up for rolling with me in 2025, especially towards the end of 2025 when I'm streaming from everybody else except my own. It's Idi Amin, the great Ugandan leader. Oh, shit. See? Hey, big up, man. Yeah, when it's joined together, I don't know where to separate the letters. Big up for that. Ildi Amin. Okay. Big you up, man. May 2025, 2026 was better than 2024, 2025. Yeah, Max Norwich been cooking at Bournemouth for 15 months. Okay, fair play. Did the raid not work? It did work. It did work, man. So I can't see from the YouTube studio because, I'm streaming from the streets, right? So I don't have my setup. So I can't look in the YouTube studio. I'm just focused in the StreamYard right now. So I couldn't see the views and it said hello. But yeah, the number shot up, so I know the people came over. So big up to views. Big up to Hendo. Yeah, man. Big up to Jam Boy. Big you up, my G. Views rate. Yeah, it did work, my brother. It did work, man. Greatly appreciate you. You know how it goes. Tony's logo looks like a Guinness coaster. I'm a Guinness guy, I'm a Guinness guy. Extra stout though, not the drought. That drought too much. It's too milky. But Guinness extra stout. I'm a thing. Curvy Models Daily at Views working, bro. Big up. Curvy Models. Big you up every single time. Welcome. Hope you are well. Appreciate having you in the community. What you telling us? Martinez pissing me off again, gifting another goal as if he did it at Liverpool wasn't bad enough. Yeah, they're both an assist, But, this one was kind of janky. The one at Anfield, he literally passed the ball to Mo Salah and moved the hell out the way. He was like, here you go, Mo. You're struggling. There's the goal. And it's the same time during the game. They were still in the game at 0-0, right? But, that goal didn't account for the other three. Yeah, man, big up the monster, bigging up Darren. Third goal was passing perfection. Yeah, now Odegaard did relieve the pressure there with that wicked pass out to Zubimendi. How Zubimendi got past the defender? Did the defender pull out the tackle? It looked like he pulled back a little bit. Zubi to Trossard to Jesus, and that's what Jesus does, right, Kirby? This is what he does. When he doesn't have time to think, when he can just instinctively let his football do the work, but let his foot do the work, he looks brilliant because he has tech. Like I said earlier, his tech has never been what we questioned, right? It's his finishing and his fitness. Now, don't be surprised. Now, Arteta, I'll give Arteta some credit on this. Gabby Jesus, he's been managed and eased back into the squad properly. Because if he was starting or playing heavier minutes, he would have been injured already. So he played How many minutes did he get yesterday? 70 came in the 77th minute. Yeah. So this he can work with and remain fit for the running because I think we're going to need him in the cup game. Give him a run out against Portsmouth in the FA Cup. You know, he could be useful against Chelsea. You know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, and people, yeah, go ahead and give Curvy Models Daily a cheeky sub. They support us. We support them. That's how we roll. Big up. Views on sports, Raid Straggler, Big BB Canada chat, peace on earth and economic security for all coming this year. Maybe some competence too. And for God's sake, can we see a motherfucking trophy or what? We have to see, you know, we have to see one. You know, I have the crazy idea that we might leave the party with 2. There are people with the radical idea that we might leave the party with 4 with the quad talk. But you know, give me this cow bow, give me the FA Cup, and let the chips fall where they may in the Prem. Well, did you get a gift after all that complaining about the gift? You dead right. I was annoyed because you were in the mud at that time. I think that game could have got Onslaught sacked if he lost that one, right? I think you were, you know, that would have been the 5th loss in a row or something. So yeah, you probably because Liverpool had enough quality to beat Villa without the gift is what I was saying, which is kind of why most people were annoyed. I know I was. You know, like that. That's what bro said. So big up to the Waffle Don, big up to my G. Big up Sheldon. The Shell Don. Social said, what was interesting, we played down to the majority of the left the game so we can play either side, but chose not to. So, and that might be because, you know, when the ball goes over the Trossard, it actually sticks and stays. He doesn't turn the ball over or kicks it out of bounds, dribbles it out of bounds like Martinelli does. You know, from what I'm hearing, Trossard had a wicked performance, extended highlights. So I defer to the people who actually watched the full 90. But you know, that's a joy to hear. You know, yeah. And Curvy Models agree. Yeah, man, we're 10 away. So yeah, anyone who's in the chat who hasn't subscribed, consider doing so. We do this daily. Big up to James Bond, manners and respect. Big up to my brother, the Waffle Don. Yeah, man, hope you had a good Christmas and all them something there, my G. Anyway, I'm out doing a festive visit to my grand. Hey, wow, love, bro. Be careful. Be safe on the road, my guy. Someone investigate that shin kicker. These yellow cards are getting spooky. Either he's getting caught by the refs or he's using them Paqueta accounts. The shin kicker, you know. Yeah, man. Big up, man. Happy New Year, man. Hope you are good, my G. Funny how Odegaard can make that pass to Zubi, but not to Gyökeres. Hey, you know what? But it's you will get called a conspiracy theorist for that, right? Yeah, because that was the right pass to make, right weight of pass and all that, right? That was a clear-cut chance. 1-on-1 with the keeper. That's where we want to see Yuck. But you know, worst one yet, bro. Works. Oh man, big up to the chat, man. Legendary. Big up to the Unapologetic Podcast, Rambo Kanamba, with a new logo as well. You know, Tony's rebranded. Rambo Kanamba is rebranded. I'm loving it, man. Everything's looking new for 2026. Big you up. BBK, you need to give Marino one more than Drew Sargent rundowns. Asshole got away with one yesterday. Could have cost us. Really? And this, you see, and this is the thing. If you don't tell me this, I can't know. Because I didn't know why. You know, the extended highlights won't show this. You know? But Marino went up top and did bits, and all of a sudden has forgotten that he's a damn midfielder, isn't it? Is that what it is? But you know, when I saw him in the midfield there, I'm not gonna lie, um, I wasn't all the way happy. The lack of legs in there. Yeah, man. Thank you for your wonderful content. Also, best wishes for your retirement. No, Endo, man, you're far too kind, my guy. Big up, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And big you up, AJ, man. That's very kind of you. Love, love, man. It's upon us. 2026. Is this the year? Is this the year we get to go to a parade, people? Yesterday's game was good. All the rivals running for cover. You know, there were a lot of pre-tweets, a lot of reels and memes that were made preemptively to be posted yesterday after Villa was supposed to do it, especially after the Declan Rice news. You know, I believed there was a whole lot of them, and that man had to, erase a couple of them. It was looking brazy on my side too. I'm glad it worked. Yeah, man. Big up, bro. Big up, man. It's love every time. Big up to Guna Rican, my guy. Messed you up. There's this link in the chat as well. Trossard can find strikers. It seems right wing not wanting to pass, looking spooky. And the passing for that third goal was it third or fourth goal? The Jesus goal, fourth goal. Crisp, deliberate, with intent. Odegaard knew where the ball was going before he got it under control. And that's passing with intent. That's reading the game at a high level. I know where it's going. I just need to get this ball under control. And it did take a wicked piece of skill to get that ball under control because it was fizzed into him. Boom, bash. Yeah. Zubi did well. Trossard knew where the striker was. Found him. Trossard can find the strikers, just like Social says. Right? Like, it seems like Trossard has it in his head where he knows, like, even though I can bang a goal or two, even though I've already scored, my purpose, my job is to create for the striker. And he did. So said, so done. Keep Jesus fit and sell on. Simple as that. For 1 year left, for $250 a week, keep it business. If Bertha can pull this off, it may be his biggest achievement yet. Next year is the 140th. It's not 200 years like that creatine dancer. 200 years. Both men and ladies must win this year. Simple as that. It has to be the year, man. We need a parade, and then I need a trip to London. Caicedo misses the City game. A yellow. Picked up a yellow, yeah? But, this could be a case of not saying they're going to play better without him, but you know how most of us felt when Deckers got injured, but like we have no chance now. This could be a chance for Enzo to rise. Enzo, $100 million man, Enzo Fernandez to rise. Cole Palmer, your farmer team, rise. Pedro Neto, rise. But, because, I will be expecting Chelsea to get something out of that game. If anyone I want to win it would be Chelsea. But, I'll take a draw. I'll take City dropping points next week. Happy New Year. Best of wishes for a safe and prosperous 2026 for you and all your loved ones. Enzo just dishing out all kinds of kindness today. Big up to Gary. Big up to you, sir. Happy New Year to you, Gary. We made it. We're almost there. Almost over the finish line for 2025. Marino should have definitely been sent off last night. Rah. Did he slip or something? Nah, he was that bad. He was invisible besides the fouls, and I'm not just hearing this here now. I was hearing it in other group chats as well for people calling for him to be subbed. Normski was calling for him to be subbed. Views was calling for him to be subbed because he was going to cost us. And the game was not a sight by then. When Onana went off, it freed up Odegaard and Zubi to play. So Onana was out there bodying, man, and being physical, yeah? Yeah. I've been here 7 years, got 2 college degrees, and a job, and still haven't seen a parade. Maybe I'm the curse. Yeah, bring your ass back to the 305, bro. Back to the 305 to some good weather. Leave the cold and the pigeon shit and go back to the sunshine and, and the strip. We can hang out at the Clevelander and that. A big up Guna Rican, man. Reports came out that Arsenal are looking at targets in January. Do you think Who do you think those targets can be? It's PR. I don't believe it, right? Don't believe it. You shouldn't be looking at targets in January. January, you go get the targets you've been looking at now, right? Man City been looking at Semenyo for a time, and tomorrow it could be announced. Right? Tomorrow is January 1st. It could be announced tomorrow, no later than Monday of next week, Tuesday. Yeah, you will see Semenyo in a City shirt. So they did their homework, they did their due diligence, and then they act in January. It seems as if, under the old regime, what Bertha is doing behind the scenes remain to be known, right? But I don't like the idea of looking in January. You should be looking in November, December, because December, 31 days, one of the longest damn months. So but who the targets could possibly be? I don't know. I'm not even sure we're in the market for a left winger now, because with the bumper contract to Trossard in his current form, he shoehorns Eze out there, and he still has Martinelli. So, left back could be a problem, but Nkapie plays there. Calafiori is the number one option. Skelly is the backup to the backup. The right back, Mascara, Timber, Benjamin White, he's injured all three of them. Essentially, right now, it's like, give Mikel Arteta more players to go injure. But a backup for Declan Rice, because Marino ain't it. Marino should be just like the emergency striker, or run him out in the cups or whatever, because it doesn't seem like he has a place in our midfield anymore. Cole Palmer is the English Bruno. He can only play in the final third. He'll live on by hype. Now it hasn't been a great year for him. Obviously I didn't get to see the Chelsea game either, but I heard he scored a pen and hooked. Slovenia cooked after 60 minutes. Can't run. He's a come on guy, right? Come on for 30 minutes. He shouldn't be starting games, especially I guess Yuri Tillemans isn't the fastest guy either, so we were able to get away with it for 60 minutes because Yuri is slow, and he does have tech. Marina does have tech, just can't run. We always say targeting someone, then we be in the market opportunities. Don't fall for it. Yeah, it's PR. I don't buy it. I will say it again. Sell all three of Mikel Merino, Jesus, and buy Victor. Yeah, he's definitely not selling Kai. The players we want will move in the winter and are all signing deals for their clubs to get paid more. No one's moving. And, one thing Arteta can't do is be like, hey, we didn't win the league because, I didn't get right. This is your squad. This is your squad. Stop injuring your players, and you will have a squad to pick from. Use Gabriel Martinelli plus money for Leao. When I heard Bayern Munich was offering 60-something for Martinelli and we turned that down, I was vexed. I'm not gonna lie. We paid $8 million for him. Would have been a pure profit, damn near. You've been struggling with that left back at AC Milan again, but I can't believe it's PR. I can't believe it's PR too. It's Arsenal we're talking about it. Yeah, I don't believe it, man. At this point, it's because there was some discourse in the fan base about whether or not we think Arteta should be back in January. I'm of the opinion that if there is a sensible deal to be done, then Bertha it's incumbent upon you to do that. Do that. But I'd also hear the argument where people are saying, no, don't give Arteta any more players. Because if he doesn't win, he has to go. And then you have to at least have one or two new signings to give to the new manager, one of his own players, right? One, maybe two. When Antonio Conte went to Chelsea, squad was good enough, but he was allowed one or two signings. One of those signings was N'Golo Conte from Leicester, and that, kind of worked out pretty well. Also, just say happy birthday to Max Diamond, 16th. Yeah, big up Max. And now Arteta didn't get to start him in the Champions League before he turned 16. So, there goes that record for his ego. Yeah. Liverpool, what you saying for the transfer window? We could sign Luis Enrique in January. Sensible deal. Hey, make history. Big history. and sack him from first. You can't mention anything bad about Arteta after yesterday's result. Yeah, it's all copium right now. The dopamine is hitting hard. Now, people, I do want to ask something, right? Because the beginning of the season, when we projected and say, hey, how many points is it going to take for us to win the league? Remember that conversation? And right now, at the halfway mark, we have played 19 games, and we're on 45 points at the top of the table. That means the maximum amount of points that any team can get is 90. Right? So it's going to be one of those years where the total is... So 84 points won the league last year for Liverpool. 84 points will be a sure shot to win the league this year because we're not getting 90 points. Right? That means we would go on to, well, not the maximum. We've got 19 games left. We could get up to, 50, like almost 100 points, right? But do we think that, if we get to 90 points, we're a short shot to win the league? Now, can we get 90 points from our next 15 games? Our next 19 games? Because the 2022-2023 season, that's how we started. We had 50 points from 19 games. That's when we took the league by storm. Right? So 19 games. So what's that? 57 points to play for. Can we get 50 out of 57 points? I think that can win us the league. What you men saying? At best, we get pre-contracts in. Yeah. Typically, we get pre-contracts going out. But that's, pre-Berta. Post-Berta, we'll see how it goes, isn't it? Because I do think he's done well so far. We are allowed to use 4 loans this season, so do that. The way Arteta kills him, it doesn't matter. But then again, you might have teams who are hesitant to loan players to Arsenal just for the fact that Arteta won't kill them. Big up to 27 of you absolute legends locked in. Appreciate you rocking with me. Not just today or yesterday, but the entire holiday season as I take the show on the road, yeah? Big you all up, man. Absolute legends. Guna Rican have been saying that for months. Hey, we know what we're on, We know what we're on. 81 points wins us the league, in my opinion. Yeah, because City are on 40, could be on 43. I do think City. And the thing is, right, Man City, have they had a dip yet? I know they lost to Villa. I know they lost to Tottenham. But they haven't had a dip in form that they had last year. They've been very consistent. So consistent that they got closer to us through our magical 18-game run. Speaking of 18 games, 18 likes, big up. Can we get to 20? 20 is our magic number. That's what we strive for on a daily basis, consistency. So big up for that. But I think 84 might be 84, 85. I'm not sure. I do expect City, even if they go through another rut, another dip, they will put another massive run together towards the business end. Now, touched on yeah, man, big up AJ, man. Happy New Year, man. Thank you so much. Big up to you, and thank you for being the mod god, for all that you do for this channel and the entire community. I think you mod for 40-something channels. I don't know how you do it, brother, but big you up, man. And I got your back every time. Now, the Semenyo links, right? Semenyo is going to be a Man City player. And I was just thinking about it the other day. And I'm thinking, here we go again as Arsenal Football Club. We are indirectly strengthening Man City to come take another title from us. What do I mean by that? You hear the Semenyo links, but you also hear the Ethan links going to Bournemouth. Now, if we made it clear that Ethan is our player and he is not for loan, he's not for sale, I don't think Bournemouth is willing to let Semenyo go to City. They're not. They'd go look for someone else. But because they know they're getting Ethan, they can sell Semenyo to City. So we are making City stronger by letting Ethan go to Bournemouth. I don't want to see Ethan go to Bournemouth. Not this window. We need him. We have FA Cup games to play. He needs to play in those games because more injuries will happen to this squad. Gabriel Jesus is not going to stay fit the entire season. And the fact that he was not even in the squad yesterday and Kai Havertz was worrying to me, because this is the same path that happened during the preseason with Emil Smith Rowe. The links wasn't in the squad for preseason games, and then he signed with Fulham 2 days later. So why are we weakening our squad? And yes, I'm saying it. We're weakening our squad by letting Ethan go. And Man City are strengthening their squad by signing Semenyo. And those two are linked, not directly, but they're linked indirectly. They know they're getting Ethan so they can let Semenyo go. No, fuck that. No, we keep our player. Ethan in the squad yesterday. 4-0 up. He plays. Why was he not in the squad? He plays. This is what we've been talking about. The reason why we haven't been able to rotate the squad properly is because we're not killing off teams, and the games are 1-0 against Wolves, 2-1 versus Bournemouth. They're too tight. But yesterday we had the opportunity to give Ethan some minutes had he been in the squad. But he wasn't. Why? What's the why? You see? This is what I mean by mismanagement. But there's no reports of Ethan picking up a knock or injury. That would be worrying. No more injuries. He was just in the squad for whatever reason. But yesterday would have been a prime example of him to play. We're at the Emirates. We're leading big, 4-0. He plays. That's when you give him minutes. So yes, I do believe our squad will be weaker without Ethan Nwaneri, even though he's played my minimal minutes this season. I don't want to see him go. 53 channels, but who's counting? My God. So it's a blessing when I get you over here, my bro, because I know you have, lots of work to do in the spaces. So, it's love. I think City are on 5 losses, which is more than usual for them. So a few more losses for them could see you win the league if you start as consistent as you've been. If you stay as consistent as you've been so far. Yeah. It lives on YouTube, When Ethan goes to Bournemouth, I think he'll be a permanent, but Bertha will have a buyback clause in there. Like first refusal. I can see that. Kind of like how we had on Fabregas. And Uncle Wenger said no. 20 likes. Yes, bosh. Yes. If Ethan does that, free up space in the squad to make a January signing. I had no idea what the links to Bournemouth. Yeah, it's the strong links, like people who I know usually been right about transfers are saying it. Even Curtis Shaw is saying that Ethan has been linked to Bournemouth. And if you're the Arsenal board, surely that's something you discuss, right? You discuss and be like, yo, Man City are right on our asses. The big blue shark is swimming. No, let's not weaken our squad and strengthen theirs. Even if they get a Semenyo, well, Bournemouth, you have shot the bed because you're not getting our player. We're going to keep him because he makes our squad stronger. Our squad is better with Ethan in it than without. I fully believe Arteta is throwing the FA Cup in the bin, considering we're in the League Cup semifinals. We'll get past Portsmouth. Yeah, we'll get past Portsmouth. I do believe the first leg of the EFL Cup is at Stamford Bridge. If we win that, we're through, because they're not beating us at the Emirates, right? But that will be interesting. The first leg, will tell us a lot. No one's leaving. I hope not. I don't want to see Ethan go, bro. I do not. I'm sorry. I've seen enough. The 889 minutes that boy played last year, with not the best quality in the squad around him, because he was only playing because we had a lot of injuries to key players. But I do believe if you give Ethan a run out, with the first team big boys, and you take out Odegaard or you take out Eze for a game and you put him in there with the first team, I think he does well, because I've seen him do well last year with less. I would rather use Ethan to get Semenyo to the Arsenal. That's a fair shout. But then it's a direct deal between us and Bournemouth. not strengthening City and weakening ourselves. But this would be the most Arsenal shit ever. Yeah? Send Ethan to Bournemouth. That Bournemouth can send Semenyo to City. We go to the Etihad, match week 33. Semenyo scores. They beat us. Semenyo wouldn't be there if we had forced Bournemouth to keep their player by keeping ours. It cost us nothing to keep Ethan, so do it. It could cost us everything if we let him go. Surprised it's not Palace being linked to Ethan rather than Brennan Johnson. That link surprised me, actually. You know, big up to Mateo in the house, the real bad man. Diamond turned 16. Yep, he turned 16. Now you got the best 16-year-old in the world. You know, don't let halftime hooks or Rashid hear you say this. You know, that was a delicious good evening indeed. Yeah, we smashed them up, man. We mash up Villa at the Emirates. Now it's on to Bournemouth. It's Bournemouth away. Yeah? I think it's an away game. So we'll sit back tomorrow on New Year's Day with our feet up and we're celebrating and we'll be bigging each other up and say, hey, City, your turn. And we hope that you lose. We hope that City lose. We'll be okay with a draw and then we'll focus our attention for Saturday. Right? But again, people, 21 of you still locked in. It's been a magical run in 2025. I want to thank you all so much for helping the channel get to where it's gotten. This was just meant to be a WhatsApp group chat the stuff we talk about in WhatsApp group chat with the guys that I played with, let's take it on YouTube and make the conversations public. And that's what I did. I built the platform and most of them, man, turned their backs. They had nothing to do with the channel. They were always busy, this and that. But I was going to keep it going regardless. Yeah. Kept it going by myself, built it with the help of all of you. Matter of fact, you all built it with the likes, the subscriptions, the comments, the shares. Thank you, all of you. Big up. From the most sincere of thanks. Can't thank you all enough. And with that, we'll leave it there. The final show of 2025 on BBK Sports. It's all love. We look forward to 2026 where we will lift the trophy. We must lift a trophy, maybe 2, not 4. I'm not saying I want the 4, but I'm not doing the quad talk. Not doing that at all. You know, but 2026 must be the year. We must be the ultimate must. But yes, people, it's love. I will sign off. BBK Sports, the final show of 2025. Wonderful time. Great year. It's been a pleasure to meet all of you virtually. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. And with that, we will leave. But I will play some music on the way out, people. And a salute to our brother E. Ross, who was not even here today. But big up. And if you see him in the spaces, let him know that he was tributed to at the end of the show. So big up. Love. Like I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are